Hello, my name is Ivor Builders. I'm a current student at the W.P. Carey School of Business at Arizona State University. This presentation has been created to review the proposal made by the Customer Solutions Group in the Call Center Design for Lion Financial Services case study. This study is prescribed reading for the CIS 510 Business Process and Workflow Analysis course. Lion Financial Services distinguishes between four types of call center agents: the customer services quickline agent, the broker services quickline agent, the customer service agent, and the broker service agent. Quickline agents receive calls when no follow-on work is required, such as stock quotes, account balances, and basic buy and sell orders. Customer service and broker service agents typically receive calls that require follow-on work, such as further research on stock performance and more complex transactions. Notice that Quickline agents are only located in the Chicago call center. All calls that require Quickline service are routed directly to Chicago, while all other calls are routed according to the geographic location of the caller. Supervisors are part of the overflow call path as well as the escalation path for calls agents cannot resolve. Overflow rules are adjusted daily to cope with varying peak times. Pool sizes vary between 10 to 30 agents per pool. Currently, agents are also tasked with replying to customer email queries and making outbound sales calls. Now on to the problem. The management objective for Lion Financial Services call centers are that all calls are answered within 20 seconds. The actual performance today is that all calls are answered within 46 seconds. 15% of all inbound calls are abandoned before service could start. Frequent complaints are lodged about long wait times. CSG performed a number of tasks to get an overall picture of the call center issue. Among them were interviewing the stakeholders, reviewing the training provided to call center agents, as well as reviewing all the data collected from the call centers, namely average speed of answer, average talk time, average handle time, and after analyzing all the data, they proposed the following changes be made. A new IVR was to be created with automated service to answer simple queries such as account balances, stock quotes, or other information requests that could be answered by reviewing the data stored in the customer account record. CSG also proposed that an IVR unit be configured with computer telephony integration, or CTI. This would provide the call center agent with customer records on screen when the call is answered. They also recommended that the pools be reduced from 8 to 3 while issuing customers with a PIN code that would allow for automatic call distribution where calls are distributed based on customer query, customer type, and customer status. The call center pool configuration is addressed on the next slide, where the call center configuration was supported in a single location instead of multiple locations. On recruitment and training, CSG recommended that the agent experience requirements be reduced. That is, hire younger staff with less experience when attrition reduces the workforce. The current call center agents were too highly paid. They also created rules of thumb for understanding requirements and telephone etiquette. Blueprints were created for scripted interaction with customers or brokers. They also recommended that the call center performance be measured. Average speed of answer, average talk time, average handle time, and agent utilization was also measured. Error rate were among the measures they recommended where incorrect data was entered into the system. They also recommended that individual performance was measured by supervisors listening to calls and rating the following areas: how effectively information was gathered, how the call was resolved, phone etiquette, call control, and how the call was closed. Supervisors were also asked to to place mystery shopper calls. Call center agents were also recommended to handle only a single communication channel where there were no outbound sales calls or email being answered. What I liked about CSG's proposal is the introduction of automated service. This would reduce the amount of calls coming through to the call center agent. It would also provide customers with basic automated service 24/7. The adoption of computer telephony integration would reduce the amount of time agents took to bring up the correct customer record. Automatic call distribution allowed for the direction of the call to the appropriate level of service required. Call center agents would support only inbound service calls. This means that replying to email queries and performing outbound sales calls were no longer the agent's responsibility. Reducing experience requirements would also allow for hiring younger call center agents, which would reduce the salary budget. Measuring call center performance was critical to reducing the 46-second average speed of answer to 20 seconds. Individual performance would identify training requirements and gaps in call center agent knowledge. Rules of thumb addressed behavior and call etiquette, but provided clear guidelines. Call blueprints would ensure that the customer experience was consistent. There were a few things I didn't like about the CSG proposal. There was no clearly defined product knowledge or investment management skills required between the call center agents. Individual performance could have included mystery shopper experience and exit customer satisfaction surveys. There was no mention of employee satisfaction. Also, rules of thumb were included in the performance evaluation, whereas it should have been stated as rules of engagement. The environment was not addressed either. Was there a comfortable chair? Was the appropriate digital headset provided? Was there sufficient facilities to take a break in a highly stressful environment? Collapsing the call center configuration into a single location in Chicago that suffered from frequent snowstorms may hamper customer service provision. Additionally, training versus call center configuration. In the diagram provided by CSG, there were two different courses for the Quickline call agents. The Quickline call agent role was combined into a single role, and that meant that there had to be two courses for Quickline agents before they could start in the call center. Thank you very much for your time.